Good morning, everybody. We have a very long road trip planned, something in the neighborhood of like a year. So we have a lot of work that we need to do on the car. Basically, I just want to inspect all of the wheels, make sure that the brakes are good, make sure that all of the stuff around the suspension is working fine, just so that we don't find out like 6 months from now in the middle of the interstate. I am currently looking at the battery percentage that we have left because I installed the fridge yesterday. We have 88%, and this was at 100% last night. So that means I'm losing about 10% per 10 hours. I'm losing about 20% per day. So that means this battery can last about 5 days before I need to charge it with my heated seats on and whatever. Obviously, I could kill it much faster if I wanted to, but 5 days of battery sounds like a good rough estimate. Of course, I do have the battery up front, and I do have the battery right here, so I have quite a bit more capacity than just what's in the trunk. See, things like this. I want to fix this. I've been putting this off for months now, but you'll see that the window tint is coming off of my window. I want to completely rip this off, put it back on. I think I want to take the door panel off and screw my window in better because it wobbles a little bit. So fixing the windows on my agenda. Do you hear that right now? That's my power steering pump. That's another thing I want to get fixed. I thought that I fixed it earlier, but it's making sounds again, so I guess I didn't. I hope I don't need to replace the pump. We are going back to the park to finish working on the car and to use their outlets to charge up my batteries. Yeah, that sound. It should not make that sound. There we go. This guy will get charged up, and then once this is full, we can use this to charge the battery in the back and then recharge this. We should have full electricity by like midday. Now, let's go get breakfast sorted. I just realized I don't have a trash can in my trunk. That's something I'm gonna have to fix. I can reach forward and do this every time I want to throw something away. It just seems like a better idea to have a trash can where I'm actually cooking. And then of course we plug this into the outlet right here. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I've got like a very stable cooking area. I'm not going to accidentally knock that over. I just need to think about what I want to do during the winter because I won't be able to stand out here and cook like this. I'm not sure if this is hot enough to melt plastic. I don't want to leave it on the stove and have it keep cooking, but I don't want to put it here and melt the fridge. That'll do. I wish I had some like bananas to put in this. Gotta remember to pick those up. Okay, the first work that we're going to do on the car is the power steering pump. I just want to let you listen to this so you know what the problem is. It should not make that noise. Now, for my attentive viewers, you might remember that I've already fixed this problem a couple months ago, back in the winter. The fact that this problem is back now is not a good sign. The fact that we're having this problem again means that either the power steering pump is shot or we have a leak somewhere. So the fluid that we're going to be putting in here, we're just going to be filling it up again, but this explicitly has stop leak in here so that if the liquid is draining out somewhere, this should seal it up, hopefully. If the problem comes back after this, we probably need to replace the pump. Regretfully, the power steering reservoir is in a really hard to reach place Damn it, I dropped that. Damn it, get back here. Motherfucker. Okay, yeah, it definitely looks like it's low. Having low fluid, at least in this context, is actually a good thing because it means that the problem is just related to the fluid and not to a broken pump. Hopefully. You guys remember all of that work we did yesterday to put this stuff in the trunk? Now we got to take it all out because all of my car mechanic stuff is underneath this. Grr. You know what? That was actually not that bad. This is what I needed. Something that we can stick in the pump to fill it up. How am I going to get this in here? Okay, I got it into the reservoir. Now I just need to make sure that I don't spill any of this. Now we start the car, turn the steering wheel back and forth, get that fluid up in there. All the way to this side. All the way to this side. I can tell just from looking at it that the liquid is really frothy. That's because the fluid level went down, so the pump was trying to move the liquid across, but it wasn't getting there, so it was mixing up with air, and so now all of the fluid is super bubbly. I think I might need to drain the entire thing. Grr. Hey, it's getting quieter. And my steering is getting stronger. I can feel this. It's easier to turn my wheel now. I want to take a second to clean out my engine bay. You'll see that there's like dirt and grime and all kinds of stuff. I want to have a rule to where every time I open my hood, I leave my engine cleaner than I found it. I've got some engine degreaser here just to be able to get some of the grease and all the grime and stuff off of this, but every time I open my hood, I want to clean it. Oh, it's foamy. I was expecting it to be like a liquid. Whoa, whoa. I wonder if this is going to be a bad idea. But I will say this, it is doing a great job to get the grease off, actually. So that's cool. There we go. And then I'll do a little bit of this every time I open my hood. It only took a little bit of work and the engine bay is already looking significantly better. One thing I do want to fix, there's a bunch of like dirt and debris. I have a vacuum. We're just gonna go vacuum this up. And luckily the place I'm at right now has a restroom where I can wash my hands. That is one problem solved. Our battery back here should be done charging. This park is honestly great. You got restrooms, you got outlets, you got Wi-Fi. It's nifty. I'm actually looking underneath my hood right now. Can you see these black lines? I'm pretty sure that came from my belt, like whipping oil up, which means I might have an oil leak. Maybe that's some other fluid, but the fact that there is fluid coming up here on my hood is not great. Best thing we can do is clean it up now and then see if the problem returns. If this is a problem that was from years ago or if that's a problem that's currently happening still. If we see more lines, then we know that we are leaking fluid somewhere. Another thing I noticed is that it is eating through the paint. You'll notice that there's no red right here. Whatever fluid this was, it eats paint. So I don't think it's oil because oil and paint are fine together. Power steering fluid, brake fluid. What else could do that? Might as well clean the rest of the hood while I'm here. They call them bonnets in England. I've got to clean my bonnet. Fucking Brits. If the problem comes back, we can deal with it. If it doesn't come back, then it's probably a problem from like years ago. This is another reason why cleaning your engine bay is really important, because it helps you diagnose problems. It helps you figure out if something is new, if something is old. If your entire engine bay is just a mess of oil and grime, it's hard to tell if things are leaking or if things have problems. Keeping it clean will help you figure out where the problems are happening. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna check each individual wheel. We're gonna lift the car up, we're gonna shake the wheel, make sure that there's no play in the bearing or in the control rods. We're gonna check the brake pads, make sure that there's still brake dust there. We're gonna make sure that everything is up to snuff for this road trip, because we're gonna be doing this for like a year. I know it takes a lot of space, but honestly, having a jack is one of the most important things you can have if you're gonna be living in your car like this. Being able to lift your car up is super important. I think I got this entire set for like $100. Definitely paid for itself by now. The first thing we're gonna check is the wheel bearings. I've noticed that when I'm driving, I'm hearing like a thump, 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 thump sound, and I know it's coming from the back. I know it's not my engine. I think that maybe one of my wheels is unbalanced, maybe my wheel bearing is bad. I'm not actually sure. So what you do to test this is you put one hand right here, you put the other hand right here, and you shake it to see if there's any wiggle. There's absolutely no wiggle. So I think that my wheel bearing is fine. Then you put one hand on top and you put one hand on bottom. Just a sec. No, there's absolutely no wiggle in this wheel, so I'm pretty sure my wheel bearing is good. The last thing we're gonna check is the bushing. We're gonna see if I'm able to pick this up with the tire rod, and we're gonna see if we listen to a clinking sound. Nope, okay, I think this wheel is in good condition, honestly. I'm surprised. I wish it wasn't, because now I don't know what that wump, 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 wump sound is. I remember from the last time I had this wheel off when the tire was popped that my strut is just completely shot. This should be up here, should be protecting it from grease and debris. So I will need to replace my shock tower. I would really like to figure out where that womp womp noise is coming from. It could just be an unbalanced tire. I can immediately see that this one has exactly the same problem, so I need to replace two of them at least. Let's give it the old shake. Nope, there's no play here either. God damn it. What is that sound then? I do see some pretty deep grooves in the rotor, so I could probably replace the rotors and the brake pads too. Yep, the front one's busted too, so that's three at least. There's no play in this one either. The wheel bearings are good. Okay, so it looks like I need to order probably 4 new struts for the entire car. I could probably redo the rotors and the brake pads for the whole thing. That's like $600, maybe $800. And I've also probably got to get the tires rebalanced and the new alignment. Yeah, this is looking like $1,000 suspension repair. I will look into seeing if I can get it for cheaper. Also, I did notice that there's some chips in my paint, probably from rocks coming up from the tire, that's causing this to rust. So I'm gonna need to sand this down, put some Bondo on top of it, and I'll probably need to expedite how soon I'm gonna wrap this. You wanna check your tire pressure at least once a month, just semi-frequently. I am honestly surprised. I expected there to be more problems with the wheel bearings and the bushings and the control arms. I thought there would be more problems. I still don't know where that sound is coming from. It's hard for me to show you guys the sound because as soon as the car starts going, the engine's running and there's air blowing, and you can really only hear it if you're like physically there. I'm not sure if I can even get it on camera, but it's there, and it sounds like it's coming from the back wheels. Okay, well, I'm gonna go order all of those shock, what are those called? Strut towers. And they should be here in a couple of days. Oh shit, you know what I just remembered? I don't have bananas, but I do have yams. That's basically like a sweet potato, which is basically like a banana. Now where's my can opener? Okay, so I got a question for you guys. This is basically a sweet potato. It's full of sugar. Bacteria love sugar. The only reason that this doesn't have a bunch of bacteria growing in it is because of the canning process. They put all of the yams in here, they superheat it to kill all of the bacteria, they seal it up so no bacteria can get in. Basically, this is superheated to keep bacteria out. Why do we only do this for yams? Could we do that for apples? Could you have like canned apples and canned bananas? And why have I only seen this done for yams? Another perk of having the extension cable reaching from that battery back here is I can use a charger, plug it into the extension cable, and charge this battery. So now my front battery is charging my back battery, and once that battery's dead, I just pop it back into the wall socket, charge it back up. I'm getting free electricity for everything. I say, let's go ahead and order the parts now, because if I put it off, I'll just never do this. Does your public park do this? I don't think so. RockAuto.com, shock strut. Let's see what these things are costing. Here we go, this is what we're looking for. They are $42 a piece. Add to cart, and I've also got to pay for shipping. So rear left, rear right, $173 for the 4 struts. Add some brakes and rotors on that, that's another $100. God damn it, shipping is another $100. I just spent $400 on brakes and suspension. So when you guys see me doing ads in the future for VPNs or cell phone companies, this is why. Okay, I think I figured out why my tire is making that sound. Do you remember how in Alaska I got in that crash and I fucked up this side of my car? On the same part of my car, I noticed that there's this thing right here. You see how it's like black and there's like this missing? That's similar to the weight that's down here. I think when I got in that crash, it knocked off one of my weights, and so my wheel isn't balanced anymore. I think all I need to do is take it into Walmart, have them rebalance it, and then I'm good. Which means I did just spend $400 on car parts that I probably don't need right now. I'll still install them, but God damn it. It's probably just an unbalanced wheel. Walmart is great. I love that they have the auto centers here. I wish that they also did tire alignments. I know that they offer a service here where you can have lifetime tire rotations and tire balancing. I'm not sure if I want to pay for that or if I just want to balance my tires once. I do not know. Hello, I am looking to have my tires balanced. I slid off the road in Alaska and I'm pretty sure one of the weights on my wheel came off, so I've got to get rid of this sound, this bump, 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 bump sound. Okay, so if I want to get just one tire balanced once, it's $50, but if I want to get all 4 of them balanced for life, it's $60. So it's definitely a good idea to just do the lifetime balancing. Okay, now we just kind of hang out. Yeah, so if I just want them to balance the tire one time right now, it's $50. But if I want them to do all 4 tires for the rest of the car's lifespan, it's just $10 more. So now obviously I don't get my tires balanced all that often, but basically I'm buying a $10 insurance plan. And just like that, took less than 15 minutes. Yes, paying for a vehicle and picking it up, yes. One of these guys should have the key. Maybe they left it in the car. No, probably not. Oh, perfect, thank you.
Hey, got it funny for you.
What?
Didn't notice you. Congratulations,
On
coming
what?
back.
Oh, well, you're on camera right now, so you're gonna be in the next video.
All right, thank you.
It's
Oh, no,
sticking.
it came out all easy.
Yeah, thank you. It's always fun when I get recognized. It's sometimes fun when I get recognized. I wanna make an addendum. It's sometimes fun when I get recognized. That situation's super cool. I didn't even get his name. God damn it, I feel rude. I'm gonna go get his name. At the very least, I'm gonna get his name. His name is Randall. Hi, Randall. Welcome to YouTube. I'm in a great mood. That happens more often than you would think it would. I'm not entirely sure how, but I've ended up on lots of like car TikTok people's For You pages. So I would say maybe 25% of the time I walk into an auto parts store, the people there recognize me. Just because I have so many fucking problems with my car. I think people at AutoZone recognizing you says a lot more about the cars you drive than it does like TikTok itself. So now I just need to see if that little wump bump 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 sound is gone. No, I wish I had a camera recording in my car, just like a dash cam or something. I would love to have seen his face when he gets in here and he's like, hey, this seems like a familiar car. Why are there so many cans of Dr. Pepper in here? And the big battery. I would have loved to see his face as he recognized that he is in the car of the vehicle that he's been watching for months. I still hear the thump, thump, thump sound. Can you hear that? So that means that the problem is not wheel balancing. Oh, heads up, I need to re-upload a video that I've already uploaded because the sponsor had like a date that they wanted this to be and I published it too early. So they're not gonna pay me unless I publish it today. So I'm just gonna re-upload the same video. Yeah. I never did figure out why my key is being a little bitch. There we go. Another thing that I did want to do, but I'm probably not going to do today, is the tint on this window. The reason that I'm not going to do it is because part of the window is broken. I'm going to pull it up, watch this. It gets stuck right there. The reason that it gets stuck is because it's a little bit loose. I have to take it and I have to pull it forward. What I want to do is I want to take the front of this door off and screw the window in. Actually, pause. What I want to do is I want to take the front of this door off and take the window completely out, scrape all of the old tint off, and then apply new stuff. But in order to do that, I need to take this door apart, and that's harder than it looks. Maybe I could do it actually right now. I'm pretty sure there's just one bolt right here and then a bunch of plastic pieces holding it in. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go upload this video. I will catch you guys tomorrow. I am looking at the wheel they balanced. You can see that they added this new piece right here and they took off the old weight and they took off this weight right here. Interesting.